So, hello and welcome everybody. This is Joe, Filmmaker Man here, and we are coming to you on Thanksgiving Day. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. As promised, the show is on its way. And I'm here with
John, the statistic guy. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are enjoying this episode so far. Welcome to the studio, Nile. We're going to be doing a weekly podcast here. We're going to hang out, have fun with it, talk about movies. Let us know what you guys want to see on this. Comment section below. We're here to help, and we appreciate your feedback.
Yes, absolutely. We are here to please and, of course, to show some tease. We're going to be showing you movies, movie clips in the future of things to come, and we're going to be talking about films of, like we said, films of the present, and, of course, films of the past. The topic of today's show, of course, is going to be, one, talking about us, introducing who we are and what we're all about, and then we're going to talk a little bit about Star Wars, since we are in a Star Wars festive feeling, if you will. You know, Star Wars 7 is coming out, so we're going to talk a little bit about Star Wars Episode 4 leading up to Episode 7. So that's our theme for the next few weeks, and I'm hoping that you guys are going to be just as excited as we are to talk about this with you. So we'll kick it off with John. Let him tell us a little bit about himself, and then we'll come back to me.
My name is John. Basically, I come up with the facts and stuff that we're going to talk about. We like to keep it unscripted and have fun with it. Basically, down to earth. I've seen over 900 movies nearly. From beginning to end, I don't count partial movies. I love movies. Me and Joe have been friends for almost 2 years now. We were hoping to do movies together. I grew up in North Carolina. I watched the episode 4 with my dad when I was about 6 or 7 back in 1998.
Wow, 6 or 7.
Yep, we had 4, 5, and 6 on VHS, so we watched it on film, technically speaking.
Wow.
Yeah, back before digital.
Way back.
So I just remember, when 1, 2, and 3 came out, how special they were. Obviously, I know there's a lot of fanboys that prefer 4, 5, and 6. I can get that nostalgia. I still like 1, 2, and 3 to a degree. But the milestones and settings for 4, 5, and 6 are unique. So where were you, Joe, when Episode 4 came out?
Well, first and foremost, let me welcome you. My name is Joe. I am the Filmmaker Man, as you all know. And a little bit of background about me before we even get to that point. I grew up in Jersey. I lived there most of my life, and then I moved to California, and then over to Florida. And from there, I basically just did it all, pretty much, everything that has to do with filmmaking. But back to the point of where and how I saw Episode 4. So, Episode 4 to me was also VHS, because I didn't get a chance to go to the theaters. I was too young, I think. I might have. I'm not sure. But nonetheless, we watched it on VHS. We had to go to a rental place to rent the actual movie. Believe it or not, those places existed back in those days. You go to a rental place, you pay $1 or $2 or whatever it was, and then you take the DVD home. Or DVD. Listen to me.
Yeah, I know. We're
the
so
VHS.
used to DVD.
Believe it or not, we're so used to DVD now we don't even think twice about it. But believe it or not, back in those days, it was VHS tape. You push that tape in there, and you turn on your TV by hand, and you watch the movie.
Hold on real fast. The one thing a lot of people forget is you had to rewind it most of the time.
That's right.
No one ever would.
Please be kind. Don't forget to rewind, or please be kind and rewind. Something to that effect. And, of course, we all had to rewind, or else we got charged. 50 cents.
What is it? It was like 50 cents or something like that.
50-cent fee.
Thank God Netflix.
Yeah, thank God for Netflix. It made headlines as one of the best films ever made, grossing over $300 million in the box office. I mean, if you guys think about it now, that's like what, $1 billion industry? I mean, it's $1 billion industry now, no matter what.
They've only broken those records recently with something like Avatar, and I mean that was over $1 billion in just income.
Yeah, Avatar actually
within the first year, I believe.
2 point something. I can't remember. We'll get you the numbers for the next one. But yeah, it's it was definitely a movie that rocked the film world. Let's just put it that way. So we're proud to talk about it for sure. And we want to talk a little bit more about, some quirkiness that happened in the film. So I'm going to let John go ahead and kick that off.
One of the funniest scenes in the movie would probably be Harrison Ford's jumbled up lines whenever he was talking on the intercom in the prison scene. He actually had forgotten his lines, and he actually ad-libbed most of it, which actually seemed more natural. The funny thing about it also was, following that scene, after they had already gotten Leia out of the, torture cell or something like that, because it was the prison unit, they came out, and that was when the stormtroopers came in. That's when they had the whole fighting scene, the infamous scene of the head bop, where the stormtrooper bopped his head. Now, from what I understand, was the door was supposed to come up. It was like they had broken into the door, and the actual sliding part didn't come up all the way. And one of the guys in the stormtrooper suit hit his head. And it's one of those things you can still see in every cut. They never cut it out because it's a classic scene.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. And it's great that something like that, a little silly thing like that could be left in there. And, we were talking about, like, what's your opinion of the people that played it? I mean, think about that. You can say that you were one of the extras played as the Stormtroopers.
Well, that's another thing I thought about. We've always kind of, me and John always went back and forth about this point. Where did they get the Stormtroopers? Are they college kids? Are they retired people? Because they were very clumsy. If you guys pay attention to a lot of the Stormtroopers, they were not... I don't know if it was the helmet maybe that kind of threw them off or threw their equilibrium off.
I don't think they had any peripheral vision.
They had no peripheral vision because you see in a lot of the shots, and I mean, of course, back then they probably had the uniforms a little heavier, a little hotter. So maybe they were all kids, maybe they were senior citizens, maybe they were retired folks. Who knows?
If any of you guys actually played as original Stormtroopers, or if any of the movies, if you guys were an extra, let us know.
Absolutely.
That'd be awesome.
Write us, let us know. We'd love to hear from you. And also, if you happen to know any other quirks that we don't know about in that movie, by all means, please let us know. We'd love to share with the rest of the people who are watching. So that's, one of the things we love talking about is bloopers and practical jokes.
Well, one of the other things I wanted to mention to you, I know a friend who was a part of it. It's actually a really special group called the 501st. I don't know if you've actually heard of it. They're actually people that actually have costumes. They go to all these conventions.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about
and
those guys.
what they actually are, they're charity work. So they actually do charity work. They wear their outfits. They raise money. And actually, even George Lucas recognized them and made them actually canon because
no kidding.
In the actual one, I believe it was in the second and the third one, they mentioned the 501st. And once again, hey, if you're part of the 501st, we would love to support you guys. We'd love to have your appreciation too. We'll follow up with you guys. It's a very interesting thing, and we want to look more into, especially with this week with Star Wars coming up.
What an honorable thing to do. I mean, that's really cool. I mean, we're hoping to get a lot of ideas as far as like what John was talking about. If there's people out there who are fans, hardcore fans, let us know who you are. Maybe we can get you on the live show when we do the live show and we can talk. That's one of the things that are coming out. John is going to tell you a little bit about that as well.
Another thing to remind us of was that the first live show we're hoping to do is, because both of us work full time.
Don't give it away.
Don't give it away.
No. Let them be in suspense. That's what this is all about. Let them be in suspense. You guys will not hear from us until we actually do the live show, and there's a real special treat in there. So John was going to give it away, but I'm holding it back because it's deserving of it. So.
Okay, yeah, but can we at least give them the idea when the live show is, when they can expect it? I guess we can tell them as we get closer.
Yeah, well, we'll wait another week or two.
Yeah, I think you guys will like it. We're eventually gonna start getting in where we can do live shows and interact with you guys too. We want to be able to interact with our fans, and be able to feel that, be able to show that appreciation to you guys for the support you guys are giving us.
The next thing we're gonna talk about right now is episode 5 coming out in the next episode that we're doing here. So we're going to talk about episode 5 in our next episode, and then episode 6 in our following episode, leading up to episode 7, of course, which is the one that we're all waiting for. And when we get there, we're going to wrap that up, and we'll start a whole new
maybe series. We're not really sure yet.
You guys can tell us, of course, give us feedback, but we have plenty of things lined up, but we're just waiting to see where this goes. Again, this is kind of like a pilot for us, so we're trying to figure out. We're trying to feel it out, figure it out which direction we're going with this. If there's a lot of input, of course, we'll take that into consideration. If not, we have our own criteria that we're going to be putting out there, and it's going to be very amusing, very fun-filled.
Well, I want to mention real fast, you brought up the format. What we're hoping is that we, like you said before, we're going to try to start doing a format. Unless we're doing a series, we'll let you guys know, and based off your voted, what we want you to vote on. So if you guys like a movie, vote on it so we know what you guys want. Unless we're doing a series, what our format will be is 1 week will be movie of the past. So a classic movie, great movie, things that we enjoy, stuff that you guys want to see. Movie of the present. So we'll go see a brand new movie, scary movie.
And by the way, just to let you guys know, well, not to cut you off, but just to let you guys know, when we're doing movies of the past, it doesn't have to be 20 years ago or 30 years ago. It could be 5 years ago. If you're interested in wanting us to talk about a specific movie that you thought was too good, not that good, robbed you of the ending, like we have watched several movies, me and John, that robbed us of the ending. What I mean by that is if you don't agree with the ending, or if you thought something in the beginning of the movie wasn't right, whatever the case may be.
Another thing we wanted to do is to have a week where we're talking about movies of the future. We can talk about new trailers. It doesn't have to necessarily be centric around that trailer. We can review the trailer, basically talk about what we want to see from the movie. If it's a remake, example, one of the things we bounced around about is the new Point Break.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
That's going to be a great episode. Obviously, I don't think the new Point Break comes out until the beginning of next year, so that gives us plenty of time to talk about it and speculate on it. So
yeah, it's not coming up for a while.
It's going to be a pretty good episode, we think. There's a lot of things that we want to do based off of trailers, too. That's why what we mean by movies of the future.
Movies of the future will be consistent of a lot of things, not just films that you think are going to be in theaters. It can be an independent film that you like. It could be a documentary. I mean, we'll talk about whatever. I mean, we don't have no problem with that at all. As far as we're concerned, we're here to make sure the show is likable by all fans.
Anyway, guys, this wraps up our first episode of Cinema on the Nile. We hope you guys really liked it. If you guys like it, comment section below. Let us know what you guys like, what you guys want to see more. We want your feedback. We really appreciate it. Like Joe said, this is our pilot episode. We are going to be following up next week. Next Thursday is probably our time that we're going to be uploading this.
Yep.
These are going to be pre-recorded. Like I said, we're going to let you guys know in each recording when the actual live show will be. Hopefully you guys can check that out. We would really appreciate that. Hopefully we can hear some of your feedback on the live show. Also, check out our Patreon account. It's a monthly subscription. You pay what you want. It helps us keep the show going. We really appreciate any support you guys can give us. We want to continue to make the show better, get your feedback, and enjoy basically doing what we like doing, talking about movies.
Absolutely. Don't forget to go on Facebook and like us there as well. Subscribe to our show on YouTube as well. And we'll see you on the Nile, guys.
See you on the Nile.